Personally, I think that the coronavirus is being used, obviously, for a bigger agenda. It is being used for population control in just terms of being able to control the masses of people. I mean, because of this virus, the whole world is being controlled.
I would like an explanation to, people with vaccines, why are they still getting COVID? If that's something that we are supposed to highly be protected from. Like, it's funny that, it reduces your chances of going to the hospital. It doesn't eliminate anybody from getting COVID, right? So is everybody in here vaxxed? I would assume, right? So you all can still get COVID, right?
We're less likely to die or go to the hospital.
Okay, but you can still get COVID, right? So, and you can still pass it along with the vax, right? I'm just asking a question.
Oh, for sure. And so, like, having COVID back around the Olympics, like, that basically just saying, like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but did having it change your opinion one way or another? Like, did it kind of re-emphasize, I don't need the vaccine because of that?
No, that wasn't the case. I mean, yeah, I had it, but that doesn't mean I can't get it again, I mean, it's no different than somebody with a vaccine. Like, I developed the antibodies for it, so my chances will be less likely now as well, right? But it's still a possibility I may get it. Just like there are players and coaches and staff who are vaxxed and missing camp right now.
Do you anticipate being able to fully participate with practices on October 13th with your vaccination status?
I'm just going to keep all that private right now.
Is the prospect of possibly not being able to play home games something that weighs heavy on you right now?
Again, anything that's to do with my status, vaccination, I'm just going to keep that private. It's a personal matter, so I'm going to keep it personal and private.
Secondly, we can only presume that you're not joining us right now because of vaccination. I'm curious, is that accurate? And if so, or do you expect to be either vaccinated or compliant in time by the time you guys come back from LA after that postseason game, after the preseason game?
Yeah, no, Brian, I appreciate your questions, bro. Honestly, I like to keep that stuff private, man. I'm a human being first, and obviously living in this public sphere, there's just a lot of questions about what's going on in the world of Kyrie, and I think I just would love to just keep that private and handle it the right way with my team and go forward together with a plan. So, obviously I'm not able to be present there today, but that doesn't mean that I'm putting any limits on the future of me being able to join the team. And I just want to keep it that way. So we can keep that private. And if anybody has any further questions about that, please, it would be the same response. I would like to keep that private. And just please respect that, my privacy.
I'm a high risk case. COVID did not treat me well whatsoever. A lot of scary nights. My dad calling me 24/7.
The vaccine would help if you catch COVID, and you'll be able to have less symptoms from contracting it. But with me having COVID in the past and having antibodies with my current age group and physical fitness level, it's not necessarily a fear of mine. Taking the vaccine, like I said, it would decrease my chances of having a severe reaction, but it does open me up to the, albeit rare chance, but the possibility of having an adverse reaction to the vaccine itself. I don't believe that being unvaccinated means infected or being vaccinated means uninfected. You can still catch COVID with or not having the vaccine. I would say, honestly, the craziness of it all in terms of not being able to say that it should be everybody's fair choice without being demeaned or talked crazy to doesn't make one comfortable to do what said person is telling them to do. I would say that's a couple of the reasons that, I would say I'm hesitant at this time, but at the end of the day, I don't feel that it is, anyone's reason to come out and say, well, this is why or this is not why. It should just be their decision, and loving your neighbors, not just loving those that agree with you or look like you or move in the same way that you do. It's loving those who don't.
Something that to me feels like has turned into a political war. When you're talking about a vaccination and non-vaccinated, I think it's become very political. And for someone who's not extremely into politics, when you make something so political and not everyone is into politics, then you can also turn those people off, and I think there is something to be said for people's concern about something that's being pressed so hard. Like, why are you pressing this so hard? Like, so much, you're just pressing and pressing and pressing. I think you have to honor people's feelings and their own personal beliefs. And I think that's been lost when it comes to vaccinated and non-vaccinated. And it kind of sucks that that's been lost because you're essentially not giving anyone, you say we live in a land of the free. Well, you're not giving anyone freedom because you're making people do something essentially without necessarily making them, you're making them do something. And that goes against everything that America stands for or supposedly stands for. And so I don't think, I know I'm not in any position to go tell him what he should or should not be doing.
My understanding is the NBA doesn't have a requirement. The NFL came up with a set of requirements that strongly incentivized vaccination. And the NBA has basically been relying on the rules of local venues, stadiums and stuff like that. Do you think the league should be more proactive? Should there be an agreement between the players union and the league that says, look, everyone's got to get vaccinated?
I feel like they should, because like I said again, I'm playing basketball, right? And a non-vaccinated player will be breathing on me during the game because we're playing basketball and there's contact all the time. Think about a player will be breathing on me and sweating on me the whole game. And I know that he's not vaccinated. So I don't think the players who are vaccinated already won't feel comfortable to go against those players. But at the same time, you got to respect the people's decision. That's what it comes to.
Vaccinated, and do you feel compelled to send a message to the rest of the country about the importance of vaccination?
I think when it comes down, for me, I can speak about myself. I think everyone has their own choice to do what they feel is right for themselves and their family and things of that nature. I know that I was very skeptical about it all, but after doing my research and things of that nature, I felt like it was best suited for not only me, but for my family and for my friends. And, and that's why I decided to do it. So, but as far as, I don't, you guys should know me, anything that I talk about, I don't talk about other people and what they should do. I speak for me and for my family, and, that's what it's about.
But you don't think the issue is important enough for someone with your stature to speak out on it?
We're talking about individuals' bodies. We're not talking about something that's, political or racism or police brutality and things of that nature. We're talking about like people's bodies and well-beings. So I don't feel like, for me personally, that I should get involved in what other people should do for their bodies and their livelihoods. It would be me talking about somebody if they should, take this job or not. Listen, you have to do what's best for you and your family. If they should relocate, you have to do what's best for your family. So I know what I did for me and my family. I know some of my friends and what they did for their families. But as far as speaking for everybody and their individualities and things that they want to do, I don't feel like that's not my job.